Club. During this Yuletide season, we are often reminded that we should practice gratitude. Taking things for granted is nothing new, since the ancient Greeks and Romans believed we should train the souls in these virtues. In fact, Cicero remarked that gratitude is not only the greatest of virtues, but the parent of all others. But what exactly is gratitude? Dr. Robert Emmons defines gratitude as having two parts. One, affirming goodness in one's life, and two, recognizing that the sources of this goodness lie at least partially outside of yourself. Today, we will have extended time for lunch and fellowship. I encourage you to use this time to express your gratitude to your fellow club members. Are you unsure of what to be grateful for or what the Rotary Club and its members did during the past 6 months? Let me give you a quick rundown. We sent a youth exchange student to Korea and are currently hosting a youth exchange student, Pilar Blanco, from Argentina. We planted 4 trees during our annual Alpine picnic. We completed 2 highway cleanups. We donated $5,000 to Vegas PBS for their Described and Captioning Media Center and answered phones during their live on-air pledge night. We completed 2 Wetzel Award ceremonies as well as our annual SOAR presentation. PDG Rampur launched his Re-Rag Action Group. We had 1 scheduled cigar social and several impromptu ones. Anna Karabachev organized our first secret music mini-concert. We successfully completed our annual Utah Shakespeare Festival trip to Cedar City. Marie Walsh led from the front and helped our club complete 5 monthly Breakfast with Books events. The family of Rotary had a fancy lunch while collecting hygiene products for the USO. Arleen Sirois won the raffle twice. The majority of us ate rice. Others ate steak and lobster. You had to be there for that. We said goodbye to longtime member and past President Erwin Kishner, as well as past President Don Ashworth. Past President Katie Crockett organized an insightful tour at the Cannon Aviation Museum, preceded by past President Dave's tour of the USO at McCarran Airport. Wine to Water added food pairings to their fall event, while the burger and beer pairing crowd attended the UNLV tailgate party. Speaking of wine, we had a new member orientation at the home of Steve and Janet Linder with plenty of wine. We completed some painting at Bridger Middle School as part of the United Way Day of Caring. We donated $2,500 for an ambulance in Kabul. We built yet another house in Corazon, Mexico. Our club was the first Rotary Club to respond to the Route 91 Harvest Music Festival shooting, paying for 3 funerals and continuing to help with the medical costs of survivors. We sent a check for $3,446 to the Rotary Club of Houston for relief efforts for victims of Hurricane Harvey. We received a proclamation from Governor Sandoval for our efforts with polio eradication. We attended the District 5300 Peace Conference in San Marino, as well as the Zone Institute training in Reno. We changed our club bylaws, which allowed for electronic voting. Speaking of electronic firsts, we started, thanks to Kirk Holmes, our weekly Facebook live stream meetings three months ago. We hosted a Halloween party before winning the annual canned food drive again. Francesca Gilbert, Bob Brenton, and Steve Casey were in a bidding war for rodeo tickets, raising over $1,100 for our foundation, which, by the way, is closing in nicely on its $2 million goal with the help of the stock market. We collected a carload of toys for the Salvation Army and helped at their toy distribution. We sent 12 middle school kids to the teen leadership camp. We volunteered at the Magical Forest. We inducted 5 new members and handed out several Paul Harris Awards while maintaining our #1 position in the district for polio giving. We took a record 364 kids shopping for Santa Claus. Sean Noorda showed her dance moves at the holiday party. And we were witness to Kirk Holmes' engagement while we eagerly await the arrival of not 1 but 2 babies in the new year. My name is Michael Gordon, and I'm humbled and full of gratitude to serve as the 95th president of the greatest Rotary Club in the world. And to lead our invocation this week is jackpot winner Arleen Sirois.
Thank you, Dr. Gordon. We're going to have to sit down in the future for these updates. All right. December is the month of holidays, of holy days. Are you dreading that one unlovable person you'll see at this time of year? We all have one. It's easy to love those who are lovable. If I only love those who love me and do good to those who are good to me, and only give to those from whom I expect repayment, what credit is that to me? But if I do my best to love those who are unlovable, do good to them, and give to them without expecting anything in return, that's the challenge. Mother Teresa was quoted as saying, "It's easy to love the people far away. It's not always easy to love those close to us. It's easier to give a bowl of rice to relieve hunger than to relieve the loneliness and pain of someone unloved in our own home. Bring love into your home, for this is where our love for each other must start."
Thank you. And our song leader today is Stu Lipoff. First time, right, Stu?
So happy holidays, fellow Rotarians. Lucy has scoured the entire club and found the one person who has absolutely no singing voice. So we are going to do the Star Spangled Banner. Okay. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched are so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Yeah, we just want to play.
Play ball. Okay. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. You may be seated. Our Sergeant at Arms today is Past President Steve Linder. Past President Steve, are you ready?
I am ready, President Michael, at your service.
Thank you, sir. Do we have any visiting international Rotarians? We do not. Okay, do we have any visiting Rotarians? I know I've seen a couple.
Could you tell us a little bit about where you're from and about your club, please?
Yes, my name is Mike Scranton, and I'm from Orange Park, Florida. And the club's title is the Rotary Club of Orange Park Sunrise. There's also a Nooner Club and a Sunset Club and this club and that club and the other. So there's, but we had, it's fairly new, I think, by Rotarian standards. It's about 20 years now, so we have about 56 members.
Okay.
Very active, very engaging group of folks. I've been a member there only since September, so I don't carry with me a lot of history, but I can tell you that they're pretty darn nice folks. So.
Okay, thank you. Thanks for visiting.
Flag from our club for you.
And then I know we had some other visiting Rotarians because I saw at least Linda
Okay, I'll be
Bertuzzi.
Any other visiting Rotarians?
Linda's over there.
Ah, a strange face. Ex-governor.
Assistant Governor. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Linda Bertuzzi from the Downtown Rotary Club. And I just want to issue my gratitude for all of you. I'm blessed and privileged to know many of you personally, but I'm more humbled every time I visit and hear how much you guys do for the community and the world. And my love for the polio eradication, I was really honored to hear you guys receive that from the governor. So thank you very much.
Thank you, Linda.
Any other visiting Rotarians? Seeing none, let's move on to guests of Rotarians.
President Michael and fellow Rotarians, I have a whole table full of guests, so I'll start over here. Back visiting with us again is Rex Dottie from Toys for Smiles. Next to him is one of my partners, Jay Young. He's just a phenomenally talented litigator. Can't recommend him highly enough. I have another partner of mine, Art Rogers. He heads our gaming department, and Lisa Lisa from Spread the Word, Nevada. I seriously just went over how to say her name and absolutely butchered it. And so, this is the season for gratitude, and I have personal gratitude that the love of my life is here, and thank God she has patience, which is another virtue because she puts up with me, and it's my wife, Judith. And thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, President-elect Jim.
Happy holidays, everyone, and Merry Christmas. I would like to take this pleasure to introduce to you my lovely friend, Deborah LaPlante Payne. She's a retired banker from U.S. Bank. Oh, and I'm so sorry. Totally forgot Andrew. This is Andrew. He is new in the community. He's with Edward Jones, and he's interested in our club, so he and I had a nice chat today. Welcome, Andrew.
I guess we're sitting at the visitors' table. I'd like to introduce, again for the second time, my good friend Adam, who just met with Steve Linder earlier today. So I think that's all I can say. And then my good friend Austin, who works for Freedom House Behavioral Health as well as Freedom House Sober Living. So what a better way to meet people in the community than to come to the greatest Rotary Club in the universe, right? Okay.
That's it.
That's all.
Thank you.
Oh, it truly is the table.
Yep. I wanted to introduce today a Cadet Jen Liggett. She is on her internship. We call it Christmas Intensive here in Las Vegas to learn everything about how the Salvation Army here in Southern Nevada works. And boy, we've worked her hard. So I didn't want her to get out of town without seeing the world's greatest Rotary Club. And besides, it's Prime Rib Day.
Yeah, exactly. Welcome. More guests of Rotarians?
Hi, I've got two guests today, my wife Pam and Rick Burgess, who is a frequent visitor.
Yes. Welcome.
Thanks, Steve.
Janice.
There's so much commotion going on. Hello, everyone. I want to introduce Vivian Palmer. She is with the World Affairs Council of Las Vegas. She is the executive director of the International Visitors Program. Welcome. She also was with us on Santa Claus, so she really enjoyed it.
Yes. Janet's going to start working. Janet's working for Treasure Island as a pirate.
Steve, that was a little nasty. That was not gratitude. Any other guests of Rotarians? Okay, then let me introduce my two guests here at the head table. Sean Noorda, as you all know, is a native Las Vegan who graduated from UNLV with a degree in education. She keeps her teaching license current. She worked at Nevada NV Energy for 13 years before becoming a full-time mom. She loves tennis, the beach, and family. She's joined by past President Marianne Avnet, who loves to read and is a sucker for golden retrievers that needs a rescue home. Her favorite Rotary Day is Santa Claus, and her favorite Rotary weekend is Ryla. She is known as Nana, by all 6 of her favorite people in the world, her grandkids. And then I would also like to introduce my bride, Amanda. So please join me in welcoming all our visiting Rotarians and guests. Past President Steve, if you could please take the microphone to Major Randy Kinnamon for feedback on the Salvation Army toy distribution.
I want to thank the club so much for adding to the great things you already do to support the Salvation Army's efforts to support the community. And we added a little mini toy drive this year. And I believe it was 2 carloads of toys that we ended up. There were some brought to the Cashman Center. And so in total, we were able to serve over 1,000 families, representing over 3,000 children. And we had representation from the Rotary Club on our distribution day, which was last Saturday at Cashman Center. And we had all of the toys that were donated set up in tables by age and sex. And the volunteers from the Rotary Club and other groups took clients through shopping and choosing toys. And it was a fantastic event, very well organized, and we thank you for your support and participation.
Thank you. Thank you, sir. I know past President Tom Crow was there. I know Rich Robledo was there. So thank you guys for your help. Next up, David Squier, who I believe is back there for feedback on our highway cleanup.
I just wanted to say thank you to those who participated in highway cleanup. Not only were we able to spend time together and connect in a beautiful environment at Red Rock, to top it off, we had Bloody Marys and a breakfast brunch at Jerry's house afterwards, which is, there's no downside. So we'll see you next quarter.
And then next up is Michael Williams for feedback from last Thursday at the Magical Forest.
We had a blast at Magical Forest, the trains and everything. We had about 15 members there. It was a great turnout, and we hope you will all join in next year as well.
I was sad that I was not assigned to the hot chocolate stand as in years prior, but it was nice to be out there. Just a reminder, we will be dark for the next 2 weeks, so if you show up lunchtime on a Thursday here, great idea to be in a routine, but unfortunately you will be alone. But it is in my calendar, so if you want to have lunch with me next week or on the 4th, just let me know and I'll be happy to meet you. There is a card for Ted McAdam going around. Ted McAdam had emergency surgery to remove his appendix, and he is recovering as well, so there is a card going around for that. Then also we have a request, or actually, Jaime Goldsmith, if you could give it to her to tell us about our centerpieces.
Hi, everybody. I was just going to let everybody know that the centerpieces are a gift from Treasure Island, and you are welcome to take one home, so please take them home and enjoy them. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas. So husbands, that's not for you to give to your wives to say Merry Christmas. You still need to buy your own present for that. If you could take it next to Katie Decker for an update on her 3 schools. And thanks again, Katie, for talking to our journalist.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Okay, so I have some superstars with me. These are my robotics team coaches. So we have Kelly O'Leary. She's a new kindergarten teacher at Walter Bracken STEAM Academy. We have Kim Shiver, who runs not 1 robotics team, but 2, because she's assigned to both Long and Hollingsworth. And for the first time having those robotics teams placed and gets to move on to the next level of competition. They were 13th, 15th, and 11th in the competition out of 25 teams. And then Bracken's team, and Jody Lynn Bristol is our gate teacher over at Walter Bracken, and they placed 4th and 2nd place for overall robot design, which is super cool. That's the best we've ever done in the competition. That's through First Lego League. Also, I don't know if you saw it, but Walter Bracken has again been named National Title I of Distinction for Excellence in Serving Special Populations. 2 schools per state are identified each year. We took it last year, and we got it again this year. I actually thought it was a mistake, but it's not. So 8 team members will be going to Philadelphia in February to receive that award. And then all 3 of our schools have been blessed by our community, and in particular Hollingsworth. Harmony House, that we work with all the time on a regular basis, we were able to donate to them our old PE mats. And in order to thank us back, they gave a stuffed animal for every child in the school. So on Friday, every child's getting a super soft, cuddly stuffed animal. We also received donations of toys and games for every child in the school from Capital One, Wells Fargo, Stations Casinos. Everyone is getting a toy for Christmas from us. And then we also are receiving gifts at both Long and Bracken from the Interact Club at ATEC. So I just want to, I'm super grateful. And then Hollingsworth was super blessed by Tom Thomas's brother, Dr. Thomas, and his medical practice in Part 3 are completely redesigning our whole playground at Howard Hollingsworth, taking out all the fake, the grass, that's hay, that's dirt, that wastewater, 25,000 square feet of grass being removed, and artificial turf, a running track with a squishy surface, 10 more raised bed gardens, so every class in the school will have a raised bed garden, and it's going to look like a park. And we'll have all of you invited for the ribbon cutting, which will happen at our garden party this year in April. So we're like beyond blessed with our community that is so awesome in helping us do a good job for these children.
Katie, great job. Great job. And it's not fair that you do more than our club, so we really need to step it up. I just read everything we did, and it seems like we did nothing compared to you. Past President Steve, do you want to make your announcement? And while you do that, I'm going to invite President-elect Jim Cole to the front. And while he's coming, you can make your announcement.
Okay. When I was on the tour of the Aviation Museum, the Howard Cannon Aviation Museum out at McCarran Airport, I noticed that they have the old Rotary logo there. And so since I'm the logo king, courtesy of Bill Houghton, I've got the new Rotary logo that I'm going to take to the museum. And they're going to graciously replace this logo with the old logo with the new logo. So next time you go out to the museum, hopefully it'll be there.
President Michael and fellow Rotarians, it's again my honor to address you. And as you're all aware, we are in the season of giving, and we have 2 fantastic charities that were picked, one by Jay and one by Art, that this club already works with. Toys for Smiles, and also Spread the Word Nevada. And in this season of giving, Toys for Smiles provides gifts, physical toys to children in need or in dire circumstances. And so that's a wonderful gift. And then Spread the Word Nevada provides the gift of reading and education, which is the probably single best gift anyone can receive, because a lifetime of education results in significant advantages and opportunities and doors that are open for you. So on behalf of Howard and Howard attorneys and the Las Vegas Rotary Foundation, it is my pleasure to present a check to Toys for Smiles for $4,000.
Thank you.
And a check to Spread the Word Nevada for $5,000.
Those of you who aren't aware of what we do, we take donated scrap wood and make toys and give them away to kids of all ages in need of a smile. 11 and a half years, 306,000 toys so far. And that's done by contributions of time, talent, and treasures by individuals like yourself and all the ones that have helped us in the past. Now, Howard and Howard's unique because they do all 3. You see, this is become an annual thing with us, which is so blessed. But they've allowed Jay Young to be on our board of trustees. Without him, his professionalism and the way our company is run, I don't know if we'd be here today. So from me, all the volunteers, and the kids, Howard and Howard, thank you.
Just grateful to be here today and representing Spread the Word Nevada. We just adopted our 51st school last week, and we're continuing to grow. And Beckley is your school. Most of you know that, and you guys do an amazing job at Breakfast with Books, and then you have mentors in our Mentor Center. We're really changing the lives of those kids, and we can't thank you enough. I have to give a little few stats because I used to be a former math teacher, so I'm all about numbers. But with the Breakfast with Books program, it started again in September. And in the last 4 months, we'd have over 1,200 people come through that program. That's a family literacy program where we're telling the families how important it is to read with your children every night and to take these tools that we're giving them, these books, and to read them. And a lot of that credit goes to Marie and John for heading up the Breakfast with Books program. Our other schools average about 150 attendance, but at Beckley we have 305 attending on the average. So that's amazing, and we can't thank you enough for that. We look forward to continuing to grow. We will be adopting 9 more schools by the end of next school year. And so one thing that I was thinking would be great if we had the Rotary come out and help those children pick their first books out. It'd be a one-time shot or 9-time shot if you want to do it 9 times. But that would be great if we could get you all more involved that way as well. And again, Howard and Howard can't thank Art enough. Used to be old friends, and now we've connected again, and we just really appreciate the support. We can do so much. $5,000 is 5,000 books into children's hands, so thank you so much.
Jim, did you get a picture already? Okay. Well, thank you, guys. Next up, we're going to continue the spirit of giving and invite to the front Arleen Sirois. Where are you, Arleen? To come collect her winnings. If you remember, she drew the Joker last week, but she also drew the Joker in August. So, yeah, the IRS is going to want to know. So Arleen, thank you because you won the Joker. We are adding to our foundation, but we are proud to present you with a check for $934. Congratulations.
I have a secret for winning. I buy tickets every week.
That's all that it takes, people. It only takes one ticket, right? And as I mentioned, because she won, 50% of the pot goes to our foundation, and we want to reach the $2 million mark. We are close to that. So I would encourage you, if you need to make end-of-year giving for tax purposes, please consider your local Rotary Foundation. Contact Sean or myself or Larry Rouse for more information. We also have a very unique opportunity, and this is only for people who are Gen Xers or older, so sorry millennials. A member of our club who wishes to remain anonymous is looking for a Betamax player. What is that? A Betamax player, and this person is willing to pay for a one-time use of this Betamax player. This person apparently has 12 Betamax tapes, and they want to see what's on those Betamax tapes, so they need a Betamax player. And they're willing to make a donation to our foundation. If you have one in your garage and you're willing to lend it for a couple of hours, we will. You have one? You have one. Okay, so Jim Hunt has one. So Jim, come talk to me and I'll put you in touch for that donation. So thank you. This is how we raise money, people. Thanks for that. And since it is the last Thursday, we're not meeting next week, I would like to present a 4-way test coin to the member who helped me the most this past month. But this specific member helped me since, even before I became president. This person has constantly called me, checked in with me, sometimes challenged me. I sometimes did not like his calls because he would constantly push where I did not want to be pushed. But it was always because he meant well, and it was always to make sure that we are on the straight and narrow and following an ethical path. And so specifically, when the shootings happened, this person called me 7 times in 2 days. And again, not in a bad way, because this person brought me ideas, said, what about this? Where can we get some more help? Do you need more help? Who should I call? Who should the club call? How can we help? And then also with another recent example, I would like to present this month's four-way test coin to past President Randy Campanale. The most ethical man I know, and one day, Randy, I hope to be like you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Thank you. Do you want to say something?
Michael asked me if I wanted to say something, and then he gave me the microphone, so that's two big mistakes. All I'll tell you is I'm not worthy.
Thanks. Well, thanks, Randy. Thank you for your service to our club. And as I mentioned, it's my goal today that we have 20 minutes of fellowship. So enjoy maybe 20, but at least 18 minutes of lunch and fellowship.
professionals and academics. What is Rotary? Rotary is a voluntary, non-profit, non-governmental, non-religious organization of industry professionals and academics working in intertwined autonomous networks providing self-education, exchange of knowledge, and humanitarian aid. It might sound complex, but it's built on a very simple philosophy. You go through life, working, studying, and taking care of your loved ones. But at some point, you might stop and feel a spark, an urge to not only do good, but to help others as well as yourself. Throughout life, you've had tons of ideas. All of them might not have been the most complex or the most developed, but it's the thought that counts, isn't it? When an idea is introduced into the Rotarian network, and we exchange thoughts, knowledge, and experience, ideas grow along with ourselves and are brought into reality. That is what Rotary is. We know that simple thoughts can become the beginning of something huge and life-changing for millions of people around the world. For us, it has led to projects like local mentorship programs, providing clean water, building schools, disease awareness campaigns, scholarships, exchange programs, weeks for cancer patients, teaching kids karate, providing medical care, blood donations, fighting illiteracy, protecting mothers and children, and emergency food supplies. And to think that our first project was a public toilet, and now we're on the brink of eradicating polio. We believe that with the right people, the smallest thing can make a huge difference. So when you feel the spark, remember Rotary.
Remember Rotary. So thank you guys, and I didn't mean to pick on the millennials, but I would like to call them to the front, well, specifically the 25 Club members, so Eric Astromecki, Lucy, Kirk Holmes, and then Kim Neoni. Because as you guys know, this is the end of the, come to the front. This is the end of the semester, and we have a changing of the guard in our 25 Club leadership. And if you don't know, our 25 Club is instrumental in making things run smoothly behind the scenes, and they don't often get the recognition. So Eric is our outgoing president, so please join me in thanking Eric for his service. Do you want to say something?
Real quick, a year and a half ago, I got cornered by Marianne Avnet at the debunking party of her debunking party, and she came up to me and said, "I think you make a really good secretary." And I said, "Well, you know, I got a lot going on. I just don't think it'll be a fit." She's like, "I think you'll make a really good secretary." And that's how I became secretary. And, you know, if you haven't had the chance to go through, and if you're part of the 25 Club and you're not sure what to be a part of or what committee to join, or it seems like there's just a little bit of everything, going through the 25 Club leadership is a really good way to get a grasp on everything we as a club touch. And it's truly the best leadership course I've ever been part of. We have great Rotarians in here, so it's been a long year and a half, and it's going to be really excited for the 6-month hiatus before we start the whole board thing. So it's been a really great learning opportunity. I thank again, guys, for the opportunity to serve. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Eric. And so that means with Eric outgoing, everybody moves up. So our incoming president is Kirk Holmes, our incoming VP is Lucy Perotti, and then our incoming secretary is our new member, Kim Neoni. So congrats, guys. You guys want to say something? No? Okay. Thank you. Thank you in advance for your service for the next 6 months. And then Kirk, while you're up here, I have you and Stu Lipoff down for your Club Cyber Resources presentation.
I'm going to jump ahead and I'm going to mess you up. And then we are having a 25 Club social, since we were just talking about that. Who likes to drink? There we go. I knew there would be, of course, Steve and Janet raised their hand. So we're going to be meeting here on the 16th of January in the bar to have a 25 Club social. We're working on getting some appetizers. So it'll be cash bar fellowship, give back to Lowry's because they do such great work for us. So we hope to see everyone here at Lowry's on January 16th. And now me. All right. How many people here have been to our club's website? Wow, that's better than I thought. That's great. Okay, so we have a pretty amazing website, and one of my responsibilities is I was hired to build this website for the club and maintain it. And if you don't see something that you're involved in on the website, it's your fault because I didn't get the content. So just throwing that out there. But everything that we have received is on this website, including the current leadership for both boards, the club board as well as the foundation. Probably the thing that I'm most excited about, which I've showed before, is our club history broken down by decade. And I mean, literally, we have absolutely the entire history of our club for 95 years on this website with images. So if you ever want to know, well, what happened back when Russ Swain was president, you can go onto the website and read all about it. We also have all of the service work we do, all of the international projects, all of our fun fellowship like the Alpine Picnic or our Rotary Holiday Party. We even have all of the images, and we're uploading and adding every year more and more images from every single event. So you can go and you can view all the previous holiday photos. That's randomized. Those images are randomized, but you can go back. I mean, I don't know what's going on there, but it's kind of cool. Also, Cars for a Cause. That will be here as well. So you can go and view all the previous photos. But probably one of the awesome things is all of the thank you letters that we've received as a club, we put onto this website. So we can see letters from PBS, Wheelchair Foundation, Bracken. Also, all of the press releases, so everyone take copies of the press release, especially the one for the car show, post it online, email it to your friends, because all of our press releases are also Victim Services Fund, are available on the website. And then guess what? If you missed lunch and you kind of felt a little left out, or you missed a speaker or want to listen to a speaker again, we've actually started recording every single speaker. And you can go to the website. This one isn't up yet, but all the previous speakers of just what the speakers spoke about, we've actually digitized and added to the website. So you can go and you can even subscribe to it on iTunes if you'd like. Because we have a podcast. So every single speaker is digitized, put in a podcast. So if you want to listen to John Case, you can go to the website and listen to it, or listen to it on iTunes or Play or Stitcher or a variety. Also, every single speaker, we basically rip all the content out of the wheel and we put it on here. So people can go and they can view everything, whether it's on a cell phone without having to download the PDF. The scribe notes are on here for every single meeting, as well as you're able to download the PDF of the wheel if you want as well. So that's just some of the little information that we have on here. We're always looking to add more, so if there's something that's missing or that's something you want or an idea, talk to the public information chair, which would be Rob, and it'll get to me, or talk to Michael, or I might get in trouble, volunteer to talk to Sean. I mean, there's so much more we can do if the club provides us with the ideas and the content.
Thank you. Thanks for putting that together, Kirk. And so what you're saying is if people go on long road trips, they should download all the speakers and listen to it. Okay, understood. Thanks. Janet Linder, I'm not going to call on you on the interest of time, but there is a new member orientation on Tuesday, January 9th. Look for an email from Janet on that. And then Randy Donald, do you want to make an announcement about an event at your house on January 7th? Yeah, your wife volunteered you, sir.
How about I just repeat after you?
Some baby shower for Janelle and Amanda?
Oh, yeah, that's what we're doing.
Yes.
And we're inviting men, too.
Yes, right? For a cigar social.
And we're doing cigars.
Yes.
Yeah, we're having a great time. So I'd like to have everybody on. What day is that on, January 7th?
It's on Sunday, January 7th at 1
so
p.m.
there's no excuse for anyone not to come. So it's not a weeknight or a school night or anything like that. So
Yes, at your home. So thank
you.
you.
We'll get out extra chairs, and hopefully everybody will come.
Thank you for being of service.
And thanks
sir.
for the prompts.
And then somebody asked Bill Houghton for a long sleeve of the clothing order we're taking with the Rotary logo on top. So if you want to see what the shirts are going to look like with long sleeves, here they are. We do need to raise some funds real quick, and just one fine, but we have to do it because it's the first time it's happening. If you could please take the microphone to Sean Norda.
Our executive director, what did you do?
Sean, do you want to tell us what's happening in a couple of days? There's some big celebration in your
it's
family?
Christmas.
Something your family is celebrating?
Yes, our oldest daughter is getting married on December 29th.
Oh. So this is the first one, right?
The first one, and I will ask my others not to do it at this time of year.
So just because we are recording this and we can play it back to the in-laws, why don't you tell us exactly how you feel about this new man that's entering your family's life?
He's a wonderful young man. He, as Michael asked, he did everything right. He did ask permission. But he has my daughter's heart, and he's treating her very well, and we're very pleased and very happy for both of them.
Sure. Well, congratulations, Sean, and thank you for your $95 donation to our foundation. And now for our special program, I'm going to call to the front Sidra Kane and new member Tyler Wistison. Oh, the raffle, of course. Oh, well, now that it's won, Arleen took all the fun away. But she did buy tickets again. So for the drawing, 3822820. So 2820. Yeah, Arleen, is it you? 2820. Going once. Going twice. Okay, that one's gone. Okay, let's do 3822801. So 2801. John Injami. Wow. $10, sir. Thank you. And then for our Larry Bucks, we have, again, 3822821. So 2821. 2821. PDG Don Aiken. Yes. There you go. Congratulations, Don. And good to see you, too. Thanks for visiting, Don. So now, Sidra Kane and Tyler, please lead us in our special program. Steve Linder.
Steve, will you give up your Sergeant at Arms mic? Ah, a hat. Okay, well, first off, we are going to have Tyler recite, and God bless him for doing this, "'Twas the Night Before Christmas."
So I do apologize. I don't have this 100% to memory, so I'm going to be looking down at my phone a little bit. "'Twas the night before Christmas, and all through the house not a creature was stirring, not even a mouse. The stockings were hung from the chimney with care, in hopes that St. Nicholas would soon be there. The children were all nestled and snug in their bed, while visions of sugar plums danced in their head. Mama in her kerchief, and I in my cap, had just nestled down for a long winter's nap. When out on the lawn there came such a clatter, I sprang from my bed to see what was the matter. Away to the window I flew like a flash, tore open the shutters, threw up the sash. The moon on the breast of the new fallen snow gave the luster of midday to the objects below, when what to my wondering eyes should appear but a miniature sleigh and 8 tiny reindeer. With a little old driver, so lively and quick, I knew in a moment it must be St. Nick. More rapid than eagles, his coursers they came, and he whistled and shouted and called them by name, on Dasher, on Dancer, on Prancer and Vixen, now Comet and Cupid, now Donner and Blitzen, to the top of the porch, to the top of the wall, now dash away, dash away, dash away all. As the dry leaves that before the wild hurricanes fly, when they meet with an obstacle, they mount to the sky. So up to the housetop the coursers they flew, with a sleigh full of toys, and St. Nicholas too. And then at a twinkling I heard on the roof the prancing and pawing of each little hoof. As I drew my hand and turned around, down the chimney St. Nicholas came with a bound. He was dressed all in fur, from his head to his foot, and his clothes were all tarnished with ashes and soot. A bundle of toys he had flung on his back, and he looked like a peddler opening his pack. His eyes, how they twinkled, his dimples, how merry. His cheeks were like roses, his nose was like a cherry. His droll little mouth was drawn up like a bow, and the beard on his chin was as white as the snow. The stump of a pipe he held tight in his teeth, and the smoke encircled his head like a wreath. He had a broad face and a little round belly that shook when he laughed like a bowl full of jelly. He was a chubby and plump and right jolly old elf. I laughed at him. I laughed when I saw him in spite of myself. A wink in his eye and a twist in his head soon gave me to know I had nothing to dread. He spoke not a word, but went straight to his work and filled all the stockings, then turned with a jerk. And laying his finger aside on his nose and gave a nod up the chimney, he rose. He sprang to his sleigh, to his team gave a whistle, and away they all flew like the down of a thistle. But I heard him exclaim, ere he drove out that night, "Happy Christmas to all, and to all a good night."
Pretty good. Thank you, Tyler. And so now, everybody, we would like everyone to sing along. We're just going to lead you in a few Christmas songs. And
the lyrics should be on your table. It's
That's
on
right.
an 8.5 by 11 page.
That's right. So the first one we're doing is Frosty the Snowman. So everybody got their words in front of them? Sit back, relax.
Hey, let's stand up. Let's have some good time. Let's all stand.
We're going to make them stand up. Okay. Okay, here's a note for you. Frosty the Snowman was a jolly, happy soul,
with a corncob pipe and a button nose and 2 eyes made out of coal. Frosty the Snowman
is a fairy tale, they say.
Children know one day there must have been some magic in that old silk hat they found, for when they placed it on his head he began to dance around. Oh, Frosty the Snowman was alive as he could be, and the children say he could laugh and play just the same as you and me. Thumpity thump thump, thumpity thump thump,
Look at Frosty go.
Thumpity thump thump thumpity thump thump.
I don't know.
Aw, man. Frosty the snowman knew the sun was hot that day. So he said, let's run and we'll have some fun now before I melt away. Down to the village with the broomstick in his hand, running here and there all around the square, saying, catch me if you can. He led them down the streets of town right to the traffic cop, and he only paused a moment when he heard him holler, stop! Frosty the snowman had to hurry on his way, but he waved goodbye saying, don't you cry, I'll be back again someday. Thumpity thump thump thumpity thump thump.
Look at Frosty go.
Thumpity thump thump thumpity thump thump. Over the hills of snow. Hey!
Good work, everybody.
All right, the next song we'd like to entertain with is Jingle Bells. So, all right, ready? 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Dashing through the snow in a one-horse open sleigh, o'er the fields we roll, laughing all the way, ha ha ha, o'er the bobtails ring, making spirits bright. What fun it is to ride and sing a sleighing song tonight. Oh, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Hey, jingle bells, jingle all the way. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh. Yes, you guys all know the song.
Thanks to our soloists on that, you guys. Okay. This next one, we're going to do Silent Night. And wanted to dedicate this to Ted McAdam because he was supposed to be here singing today and was otherwise detained. So anyway, I promised him that I would dedicate Silent Night to him. So if you're all ready, this is for Ted McAdam. Silent night, holy night, all is calm, all is bright, round yon virgin mother and child, holy infant so tender and mild, sleep in heavenly peace, sleep in heavenly peace. Silent night, holy night, shepherds quake at the sight, glory streams from heaven above, heavenly hosts sing hallelujah. Christ the Savior is born. Christ the Savior is born. Silent night, holy night, Son of God, love's pure light, radiant beams from thy holy face, with the dawn of evening grace. Jesus, Lord, at thy birth, Jesus, Lord, at thy birth.
Okay, we're going to end the last one with a fun one, and that's Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. So those of you that were in the elementary school district, you know the cool little fun little sayings that go along with it. So I better hear them. All right. You know Dasher and Dancer and Prancer and Vixen, Comet and Cupid and Donner and Blitzen. But do you recall the most famous reindeer of all? Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer had a very shiny nose like a light bulb. And if you ever saw it, you would even say it glowed. Yeah. All of the other reindeers used to laugh and call him names like Pinocchio, whoever or Rudolph. Playing any reindeer games like Monopoly. Then one foggy Christmas Eve, Santa came to say, Rudolph, with your nose so bright, won't you guide my sleigh tonight? Then all the reindeer loved him, as they shouted out with glee, Yippee! Rudolph the red-nosed reindeer, you'll go down in history like George Washington or Michael Gordon.
I think we have a great chorus of people here. Thank everybody for participating.
Thank you, Sidra and Tyler. That's fine. Thank you, guys. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas to all, and see you guys all in 2018, January 11th. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year, everybody.